All right, hey guys, OFD checking in here on a Saturday, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Hampton Bay diver from Iconic Timepieces. Now, I want to let you guys know right off the bat that this is actually a prototype version of the watch that's gone out for reviews on different watch channels and blogs. So keep that in mind, and I will kind of note the changes they plan to make to this watch in the full production model. They're going to launch these watches on Kickstarter on March 1. They're going to run through the 30th of March, and there's going to be some early bird specials on these watches coming in at under 500 USD. So definitely check them out. I'll leave a link for the website and all that information down below in the description. So really neat, unique looking diver from Iconic Timepieces, and that's what I really love about this piece. You'll see these lugs on the watch definitely stand out as quite a bit different, but I want to get some of the basic specifications of the watch out of the way really quick here. You got a 43 millimeter case is what I measured from side to side, not including the crown or the crown guards, of course. 49 is lug tip to lug tip, so it fits the wrist really well in that spec. You've got slightly over 13 millimeters of thickness from the bottom of the case, the screw-down case back, I should say, to the top of the flat sapphire crystal. And it does have 22 millimeter lug openings. Interesting because they actually looked bigger to me, I think because of the way the lug design is. On the watch, they look bigger, but they do measure in at 22. I'm going to bring it up here a little bit closer so we can take a closer look at the dial on the watch. Very nicely applied indices on this watch. As you can see, these elongated diamond-shaped indices full of superluminova. We'll do a lume shot at the end, although that is one of the things they're going to change. This currently has green superluminova. They're going to change it over to BGW9 for the production models. The hands on the watch, the nice alpha hands, they are going to get slightly wider and elongated, I do believe, for the production model, so a little bit more visible. But this is the gray model. They're going to have a few different colorways available. I love the white in the center fading out to that gray along the edge of the indices. It looks really neat, and finally into black around there on the minute track. This watch is run the Sellita SW200. It's a 26 jewel high beat movement. 38 hours of power reserve, and it does have a date complication, as you can see there at the 4 o'clock position. The second hand is moving along nice and sweet, as you can see, smoothly running. I like the loom pip they've applied there, and I really, really like the fact, and we'll zoom in a little bit, you can see the Hampton Bay logo on that counterbalance for the second hand. In the production models, Ivan did tell me that they plan to make that iconic logo up there at the top instead of being printed. It is going to be actual applied iconic logo up there at the top. And also down below at the 6 o'clock position, that Hampton Bay will become a little bit smaller, and you'll see the automatic 200 meters will actually become 3 lines down there above the 6 o'clock position. The bracelet on the watch is really, really well made. That is another thing that's going to change. This full H-link style does not allow for any kind of a taper. So you got 22 here, 22 where it meets the clasp assembly. So they're going to change that up to where you're going to have more of a, I want to say more of an oyster style design, where it's actually going to, be 22 here, probably taper down to about 18 millimeters at the clasp assembly, which is good because it's a heavy watch right now, and I think that will lighten it up a little bit and maybe balance it a little bit more. It is a little bit bracelet heavy right now, the way it sits compared to the watch head. But it's a really, really nice looking timepiece currently in its, this is a prototype model. It's 120 click bezel. It feels really, really nice. These manufacturers have really gotten these bezels down. Now, forgive me, every once in a while here on camera, I have problems lining it up, but it does line up well. Everything on the bezel lines up really good. It's what I think is a sapphire coated bezel insert. You can see it almost like the dial and the bezel are all, or excuse me, the crystal and the bezel are all one piece. I do believe this is also sapphire over a loomed material underneath, and I'll get that loom shot at the end. Now, this is the current bracelet it's on. Like I said, they're going to change that up a bit. So we got the safety clasp. Everything on here is nice and tight. It's not a push button clasp assembly, but it's done really nice. Nice scissor type stainless steel assembly inside of there. We'll flip it over here and take a look at the case back. You guys can see the iconic timepieces, the Hampton Bay 200 meters, and the Swiss powered because of that Sellita SW200 movement inside the watch. So let's go ahead and pause it and get this watch on my 7-inch wrist. Oh, there's the watch on my 7-inch wrist, guys. Fits really, really good. I love the lug design on the watch. I think it's just done so, so well. Also, the crown guards on the watch, I didn't mention it to you, but they kind of partially protect the crown, as you guys can see there, but it's a big, easy to manipulate crown. It does have the signed logo on the crown of the watch. And it's just a different design all the way around. Fits really well on the wrist because that 49 from lug tip to lug tip, but it looks super, super good. So I'm going to go out the Lume Shot here, but guys, I wanted to mention to you really quick that Ivan and Andrew from My Watch Addictions, the YouTube channel My Watch Addictions, they've kind of started this thing, the watch reviewers, and it's for promoting microband watches. They're on Facebook. I'll leave the information down below in the description. But I'm going to become part of that group, kind of really out there to promote these microbrand companies that are starting out, newer watch companies, and helping to get them out there into the world so that we all get to see, more of them. And that's kind of the whole idea of this watch channel anyway. So happy to be a part of that, Andrew and Ivan. So check out the links down below in the description, guys, to follow a little bit more on that. Let's dim the lights and go off that Lume Shot. All right, now Ivan did mention, if you follow the links down below to Iconic Timepieces, you'll see that there's a little bit more information about the Lume that he plans to use. As a matter of fact, all of the changes that they plan to make to this watch, you'll find there at the website. Now, it looks really cool. Let me go ahead and line that bezel up a little bit there. And it's really cool, but they do want to use that BGW9 to get that blue effect. But you can tell it's nicely applied, guys. Very cool watch. So if you like the video, give me a thumbs up down there at the bottom. If you've not subscribed to the OFD channel yet, please do, please do. And definitely check out the links. Find out a little bit more about the YouTube watch reviewers channels that are going to be out there, all the different watch reviewers involved with that group. So, all right, guys, thanks for tuning in. See ya.